Go ahead, Russia.
A couple of briefings ago, Marie said that you guys continue to see weapons shipments from Russia into Ukraine. I'm wondering what, if any, detail you can give us on what you're seeing, where you're seeing it going, when you saw it go.
Sure. I will
Thank
see,
you.
Nicole, if there's any other details we have beyond what we have. We do continue, of course, to see evidence that Russia is supplying the separatists with arms, material, and training. I think Marie noted evidence last week that the Russians intend to deliver heavier, more powerful, multiple rocket launchers to the separatist forces in Ukraine. Since the shootdown of the MH17 multiple rocket launcher activity there has been multiple rocket launcher activity, at a Russian site in southwest Russia. That has continued, and multiple rocket launchers continue to depart and return to the site at irregular intervals. Further, we think that Russia may be preparing to transfer heavier multiple rocket launchers to the separatists. Those are the recent updates that we've really had in terms of our concerns about the transfer and supply of weapons and movement on the ground.
That's new today, or that's what she said?
I'm not sure if she outlined all of that last week. I'd have to check back. That's the latest I have. I'm not aware of new information. It's something we're still seeing ongoing on the ground.
And when you say lots of activity in this southwestern area of Russia, what do you mean? Is it being moved across the border, or is it being moved around? Like what? If you
we've expressed concern about that in the past. Obviously, providing supplies to the separatists would, in most likelihood, require that in some capacity.
Right. I'm just trying to understand the language. You're concerned you've seen lots of activity. I'm just trying to get more exact language.
There have obviously been reports of troops gathering. There have been reports of movement of supplies and individuals and materials across the border. So it's all of those.
It looks like today the biggest movement of supplies and troops across the border was actually from Ukraine into Russia. Do you have, what do you make of that?
I'm not actually sure which piece you're referring to, Matt.
Well, several hundred Ukrainian soldiers crossed the Russian border today, according to numerous reports and officials. And I'm just wondering what you think. Presumably, you would have asked the Ukrainians what's going on with their troops. I mean, I don't think that they were invading Russia.
I think that's fair to assume.
But what were they? What's going on? I mean, this is just bizarre.
Well, there are conflicting reports, and we really don't have verification one way or the other. The Russians claim they deserted. The Ukrainians claim they were forced across the border due to heavy fighting and are being held by Russia. We're unable at this point to confirm either of those accounts.
All right. Well, when you say you don't have verification, can I ask you what the verification is for the other troop movements that you just are the movements of the multiple rocket launchers and around the bases, the Russian military facilities in the southwest?
Well, we have a range of information that we have available. I don't think I'm going to detail it further.
But you're not, at least at this point, prepared to make that public? You don't have.
We have been making information public as we can. If we can make more information public, we will certainly venture to do so.
Could you? Could you try to get this latest? Because the last time that you put out which was what, a Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, right? I mean, it was immediately. People went over it with a fine-tooth comb. I think so. I don't know what their expertise was in looking at the satellite images, but they were less than compelling to some people, and frankly, the calls for more evidence, particularly on the plane, the downing of the plane, have been coming from a lot of different corners. So we eagerly await more.
Duly noted.
Thank you.